Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be covering a tracing problem from inheritance. And inheritance tracings are kind of complicated and they're hard to keep track of. However, we'll be going through this code right here, and we'll be creating our own tracing tables, and which I already have created, and try to understand how the code works. So initially we have two classes, class A and another class B. And so class B is the child of class A, so class A being the parent. So class A has three variables, so which we have written down here: temp, sum, and y, and this is the constructor for it. And it has a method called method A, and it takes two parameters m and n, so m and n are here, and a variable called x equals to 0, so x we already have it here. And in class B, the child class, we have a static variable x, which we have written down, sum, and it has two constructors. One of doesn't take parameters and one does, and the parameter is b, which is an object of its corresponding class, so an object of class B. And it has a method called method B. It takes two parameters again, and it has its own variable y, and this box is mainly for the output. So this is the main method, and in the main method, let's just see how everything is going on. But first, you need to understand the tracing table. So this is the basic tracing table of this corresponding problem, and in this case we have A1 for this one, B1 and B2, and this is also for B1 and B2. However, this B1 and B2 are basically for keeping track of all the variables when the constructor of A, their parent, is called. So whenever B1 is created, it would definitely go to its constructor, do all of these work, then go to its own constructor. It either could be this or this one. So that's why this is for B1's A's constructor, and this is for B2's A's constructor. Okay, so let's just get into the code and see how things work. So initially, static temp equals to 4, sum equals to 0, y equals to 0. So we run this constructor and this gives us y equals to 2, sum equals to temp plus 1, which would be 5, and we decrease temp by 2, so temp becomes 2 now. Next up, we have b equals to b1, so we are making an object of class B. So as I said before, whenever we are creating an object of a child, it would go to the parent first. So as temp is a static variable, it wouldn't be initialized, so sum is 0, y is 0, and y equals to temp minus 2. So temp is already 2, so 2 minus 2, that would be 0. Sum equals to temp plus 1, that would be 3, and we decrease temp by 2. So temp is 0 now. Now if you look into B1, it doesn't have any parameters here whenever we are creating the object. So we come to the class of B, we initialize x as 0, sum as 0, and so y equals to temp plus 3. So temp we already had 0, so 0 plus 3, that would be 0 plus 3, that would be 3, so y becomes 3. So, but which y? So class B doesn't have its own y. It would go to the y of the parent, which would be basically here. Then sum equals to 3 plus temp plus 2. So 3 plus temp, so temp is 0, 3 plus that would be giving us 5. Then temp minus 2, so temp again, it becomes minus 2. And moving on to the next object, so B2. So B2 takes a parameter of B1, which is like the first object that we created, B1. So as all the child objects, it would go to the parent constructor first, and it would have sum is 0, y is 0, so y equals to temp minus 2, so that would be minus 4, and sum would be temp plus 1, so minus 2 plus 1, that would be 1, minus 1. Now temp minus 2, so temp is now becoming minus 4. And now it will go to its own class and run that. So x equals to 0, so x is a static variable, so nothing to be initialized here. Sum is 0 and would go to this constructor as it is, as it has a parameter. So sum equals to b1.sum, so this would be 5. X equals to b1.x, so it still stays the same 0, and b1.method b, so b1.method b, it will go here and 2 3, and in method b we have y equals to 0, y equals to y 0 plus this y, so this y of b1 is 3, so 0 plus 3, that would be giving us 3. Then x equals to this y, which was 3 plus 2, that's 5, plus temp, that's minus 4, so x becomes 1. Then we pass on x and y to method a, so 1 and 3 to method a. Which would take us here, and here we have x equals to 0, y equals to y, which is 3 plus m, plus 1, that's 4, and minus 4, that would be 0, so y is 0 now. We decrease temp by 1, x equals to 0 plus 1 plus n, so x becomes 4. Sum equals to 3 plus 4, that's 7, plus y, that's plus y is 0, so that is 7. So the output would be 4, 0 and 7. So we are done with method a. So method a was called here. Now we go to sum equals to x plus y plus sum. So sum equals to 5 plus 1, that's 6, and y, that's 3 and 9. So the output would be 1 3 9. Done. Now we go to b1.method a. Method a has two parameters, 1 and 2, so it goes here, 1 and 2. And so let's just mark our outputs here, so 1 3 and 9. Okay, so goes up 1 and 2 as the parameter of method a, which is this one again, so x equals to 0 again, y equals to y plus m. So y is 0 plus m is 1, that's 1, and minus 3, so that becomes minus 2. So y is minus 2. X equals to 0 plus 1 plus n, so that's 3, and sum becomes sum, which is 7 plus 3, that's 10, minus 2, that's 8. So our output would be 3 minus 2 and 8. So let's just mark them down, so 3 minus 2 and 8. So we are done with method a. Now in b2.method b, it passes on two parameters, 3 and 2, so 3 and 2 here. And method b, y equals to 0, y equals to y plus this y, so 0 plus, by this y we are referring to this one, so minus 4, so 0 and minus 4, that's minus 4, and x equals to this y, so still minus 4 plus 2, that's minus 2 plus temp. So x equals to this y, so this y is minus 4 plus 2, so that's minus 2 plus temp, so temp is minus 2, which I had forgotten to write earlier. So minus 2 and minus 2, that would be giving us x equals to minus 4. Then we are passing minus 4 and minus 4 to method a, so minus 4 and minus 4 here goes up into method a. X equals to 0, y equals to y plus, so y is minus 4 plus m, which is minus 4 again, that's minus 8 plus temp, so that's minus 10, so y is minus 10, and we decrease temp by 1, so minus 1. X equals to x, so 0 plus 1, that's 1, and x equals minus 3, sum is minus 3, 10, and minus 1, that's 14. So this would be our output. So minus 3 minus 10 minus 14, so minus 3 minus 10 minus 14. Now we come back here, and sum equals to x plus y plus sum. So sum equals to 5 plus x, that's like 1, and y, which is minus 4, so sum would be minus 3. So these are our outputs, so y, x, and 3. So we have minus 4 again, and minus 3. So this whole thing is the output of this whole code. So hope you guys did like the video, and do subscribe to my channel, and if you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to comment down below. Thank you.